Hey guys, at People here, just doing a little commentary on my favourite tank for the month of January, the Chinese Type 58 Tier 6 medium tank. Now, I'm not one for medium tanks, I'm more of my heavy tank person. I love my heavy tanks, I love being able to drive around and have a bit of a blast while taking shots. However, I found the Type 58 to really be a real underdog for me. I quite enjoy it. I quite enjoy being able to bounce shots like a T-34-85, which is the other medium tank I'm now grinding on my off days. And I quite enjoy being accurate, which is unlike the Russians. This is a nice mix of Russian and German accuracy with Russian versatility. So here we go. One thing I found that suited me quite well, at least in my German tanks, was to always take a long way round in this tank. You will see me play a bit more reserved than I normally do, but at the same time I took this match because out of the samples of 6 possible matches I was choosing tonight, this one became my favourite because of the end game. The end game is always the most fun part of this game. This is why we enjoy World of Tanks. We enjoy this. It's not your Call of Duties, it's not your fast shooting, it's more about that strategic thinking, sitting back and replanning. You've only got one chance at making an impact on this game, and this is what we're trying to do here. We are trying to make an impact with our little Chinese knockoff, the Type T-34-85, and I will showcase some of its accuracy later. Do not mind the frame rate drops, that's just fraps, and my computer is a little bit... it's due for a replacement, let's just put it that way. So anyway, against the KV-1S, yeah, this thing is against most tanks in its tier. Against tier 6, this thing bounces a lot. It's quite a fun tank to play with. It's very fun, it's very versatile, it's very fast. You'll find that, as I said before, accuracy is quite good. You'll just see when I come up after this Cromwell. Don't mind me the occasional miss. It is Russian. Please forgive the Russian tanks for their lack of ability to hit stuff. So there you go. This is at 490 meters. These shoot these shots in. I believe out of this barrel I only missed quite a few. I only missed 1 or 2. It's very fun tank to play. There you go, there's a miss. So you can't complain about accuracy. Penetration, it's okay. It's okay. Given that this is a tier 6 match, you know, I would expect to be able to penetrate every tank here with relative ease. Against a tier 8, you have to really play a little bit smarter than what I'm playing now. And I will probably put something up later on, but the other sample I had, the Super Persian driver, who I will not name, was shit. That's what invalidated that replay. So, notice I was taking shots from, I don't know who at this stage. It was a little annoying not seeing where the shots are coming from, but you know, you don't complain until you need to. Just back off. So, a little bit fast shooting. It's either 2 tanks shooting at me or just the one. Just waiting. And there he is, but I wasn't reading who broke my track, just reading the fact that my track got broken. So, it's time to pull out. And this is, I suppose this is why I've resisted playing mediums for so long until I've pretty much run out of options. It's because I don't like running around the back. I like being up front and forward, but that in a medium tank leads to death faster than it would be if you were in a heavy. So let's just go the long way around. At least I've still got a speed governor, which I wouldn't have if I was in my German mediums. And so yes, what I've been doing, you'll have noticed that I've had a clan name change. There will be more on that later on once I finalise a few things, but for now it's nice just to take a break from clan wars. So, a little bit boring this part, I know, but I like to call this little tank this medium tank. I like to call it a little bit of a bulldozer or a bobcat. You know, it's fast, it's heavy hitting. Light tank should definitely fear it if you clip them on the side. I've had a lot of fun pushing tanks off. Almost flipped a tank before. I'll have to show a screenshot. I'll have to pull out that replay because that was a fun game. Though I don't remember if I lived or died. But yes, anyway, new job, new house, and we've got, we're finally making some progress here. So at this stage, it's looking like a pretty good team. I'm dealing a moderate amount of damage, but the real shining moment is coming up here with the tank. You've seen how I can bounce a couple of shots, but this tank really does bounce when you need it to bounce at the last moment, and right in same tier matches. I've had less than 20 battles in this, so I don't get a lot of tier 8 tank battles, but I have had at least 2 a night so far in my experience in the last 3 nights of playing this tank. So it's not a big amount of battles, but it's enough for me to actually have a grasp of how I should play in those battles. So at this point, I'm just like, yeah, should I shoot him? Nah, fuck it, I'll just ram him. Beautiful. Kind of real thought after I broke my track, oh shit, 75 HP, this is not looking good, but let's just take the long way around and I will survive. Possibly even bounce. Let's see if I can get Spartan. No T-3485 in terms of speed, but it's certainly, I'd say it's balanced when you consider how accurate this gun is, and it's reasonable ability to do damage and penetrate. It's about 170 per shot, but I do pull off the occasional 200 damage shot, as you've seen, and you will continue to see. I love just the ability to flank in this tank, where the enemy's focused obviously down south, where you can see I'm pushing up the north to try and close in the gap and force them back into the corner before I run out of time. If I can see what the time is. No, I cannot. Well, regardless, if off memory we didn't have a whole great deal of time left. I think it was like about 3 minutes at this stage. This tank certainly does suffer from the fallacy of Russian tanks, and that's a noticeable lack of gun depression or the ability to point the gun downwards. However, not a big deal when you're rushing them in the face. However, rushing a Churchill 7 is generally a bad idea, especially if you've got tanks that you don't quite know if are there or not, which they just showed themselves to me. So time to do some damage. And that will be the bastard who was taking away all my HP earlier, the little Panzer IV. At least I'm going to track down the bastard as soon as I'm fairly healed. And off you go. So, smart use of the speed governor with this tank, just to get you to top speeds and get you up hills when you need it. It really comes through, makes this tank work wonderful. And I finally got that fucking Panzer IV from earlier. The one who made me back off. But there you go, there's a good game. I will show you the after battle efficiency reports in a second. But thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys later.